Hello guys, welcome to a new Get Rekt gaming news video. Yet again, I have some spicy news for you guys today. There is a new rumor going around about Persona 6 getting revealed next year, and there are some extra details for Persona 6 from a notable leaker that has been correct in the past for Persona 3 Remake and Persona 5 Tactica. So we're going to talk all about Persona 6 today. Sit back, relax, enjoy, take a beverage, and let's get on with the news. So, notable Persona insider Midori that has been correct multiple times in the past when it comes to Persona 3 Remake stuff and Tactica has shared some details on Twitter about Persona 6. And they are very interesting in my opinion. The fact that Persona 6 might get revealed next year with also another Persona 5 spin-off game, because there's one more in development apparently. So let's talk all about that. Let's get to the details. Of course, don't forget to give a comment in the comment section down below about Persona. Could be about Persona or something else, and I might feature you in the next video. The next Persona will be different in a lot of ways, because it is being developed mostly by a new Persona team staff. That is very interesting that a new staff is going to work on the next major mainline Persona game. You would think that they would put the Royal team on it, or like the Persona 5 team, because they have made a very masterful masterpiece game. But, you know, a new team might make for some new ideas, stuff like that. So I'm not against it. If I were Atlas, I would play it safe. But hey, they decide at the end of the day. It's hard to describe, but I think the best description for Persona 3 Remake and spin-offs coming together, a lot of staff from Persona 3 Reload, shall I say, and the spin-offs are also working on Persona 6 with some supervising. But this doesn't mean it's going to have spin-off gameplay. I am discussing the presentation. Persona 6 is a new development structure for Atlas that starts up with Persona 3 Reload. And the art team for spin-offs is working on Persona 6 with some help. Atlas is using special code names for projects lately, and one of them code names for Persona 6 is Carbon. Okay, so we know the project name for Persona 6 is Project Carbon, and very interesting that he mentions that the presentation is what he's talking about, not really gameplay stuff from the spin-off games. I don't want the art style to drastically change from Persona 5. I don't want really like the chibi art style as an example for like a mainline Persona game. It works for a spin-off game, and especially for like a tactics game that they are doing. But to have like a very different art style for 6, I kind of want to know what he's talking about here, but we don't know, of course. As long as Persona 6 has, for me at least, well-developed characters, turn-based combat system, the relationships that you can build with these characters, like all the mainline Persona games do, and the managing system, as long as that's in the game, I don't really care. At the end of the day, they can add more stuff. As long as the core stuff is there, gameplay-wise, then Persona 6 will absolutely be still having the winning formula that 5 had, in my opinion. So, someone else also asked, any guesses on when it will be announced? It will be talked about with a unrevealed spin-off next year. So that's the spin-off I was earlier talking about. There are some rumors that the spin-off could be a Persona 5 party-based game that could be very fitting with the Persona cast. Not that I'm very hyped for that, to be fair. If it would be a party-based game, it would make sense though if they would announce a spin-off game next with Persona 6 as a teaser. I wouldn't be surprised if that would happen. I do hope though that Persona 6 is not too far off from at least 2024. Let's hope it's a 2025, 2026 title. I hope 2026 at the latest. But of course, the industry has been very difficult these days. Games take longer to develop. And of course, Metaphor is coming next year. That's going to be before Persona 6. And that's probably the reason why they don't want to talk about Persona 6 yet. We have already the Persona 3 Remake, Reload, and Metaphor. So Atlas fans are pretty good for next year. And that's why they are going to probably stay quiet for some time now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Persona 6 reveal maybe all the way at the end of 2024. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to take that long. We shall see, because we do already have a Persona game in 2024 with Metaphor as well. So I do think Atlas can take their time maybe a bit with Persona 6. Let's see how about that. But yeah, the fact that they're going to merge a bit of the spin-offs, aesthetics and presentation with Persona 3 Reload is an interesting thing to note. Let me know in the comment section down below what do you guys think of this, because I can't really make sense of it, what Midori means here. Let me know in the comment section down below what are your opinions of how Persona 6 could look like. We already know that the theme color is going to be green, and I might have been speculating in the past that maybe they will go back to a rural setting, maybe a small town like Persona 4, and that could fit, I think, with the green theming color, green being a lot of nature, stuff like that. That's what I think, you know, maybe I could be totally wrong about that. Let's talk about comment of the day. My last video was Silent Hill 2 Remake, that the game might be releasing, I think, next year, yeah, in 2024, and someone commented, Brucey129, horror games have a track record of releasing in the early months of the year, so wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, me either. That's actually a pretty good comment. We know this year also Resident Evil was earlier this year, and Resident Evil also tends to release earlier in the year. Don't know if that's going to also count for Konami games, but if it is indeed for this year, shall I say, then they would probably need to have like a October release next to Halloween or maybe early November. But if it's next year, I do think early 2024 makes sense, like a January, February or March release window for that game. I wouldn't be surprised with that, to be honest, if it is something like that for Silent Hill 2 Remake. Of course, if I get any updates towards Silent Hill 2 Remake, I will of course let you guys know. So if you have a good comment, leave it in the comment section down below, comment, and I might feature you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like this video if you like it. If there's more Persona 6 news, I will of course cover it for you guys, or leaks or rumors pointing towards a Persona 6 or maybe another Persona game, or if there are leaks for Persona 3 Reload, I will cover that as well. So if you are a Persona fan, make sure to subscribe to the channel. But I cover a lot of games. I cover Starfield, you see Top Tower behind me. I cover every big single player game for leaks and rumors. I do that most of the time for gaming news. So if you want to see more gaming news, subscribe to the channel, leaks and rumors related stuff. And of course, visit my social media in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next Get Rekt gaming news video. Bye bye.